Peace Internet, welcome back to Lazy Vlogs. I know we're doing a lazy vlog from the bedroom, so it's not really in sync with the rest of the lazy vlogs on this channel, but it's all good. Welcome back to the channel. Okay, so I made a video called Change is Inevitable. I'll leave the link to that video in the description for this video. It was fun. I just talked about how different things had happened that I never thought was ever going to happen. This Carissa Moore, 5-time world champion for the World Surf League, the WSL. She went to the Olympics and got gold, and then, after a period of time, she competed for a little bit longer, and then she decided, hey, I'm a 31-year-old woman who's been competing since she was able, to swim, and she wants to be with her husband and have a child and have a life. And I just saw recently her posting on Instagram photos of her and her baby, and that made me feel good to see, wow, like, she made a pivot, a career change, or a change in her life, and she earned it, and she made this change, and anyone can do that at any point in their lives. You can always change, you're not stuck. So that made me feel really shocked at first, but then really gratified a year later to see that now she's with her husband, they've got their healthy baby, and she's still kicking butt doing her thing, in Hawaii, and I love that. So I remember talking about her. I also talked about a YouTuber, unfortunately, who I thought was going to be, I could watch his content, forever and ever. This guy, he passed in his early or mid-30s due to unknown, I think heart problems or something like that. And it's tragic. Things that you thought were always going to be a particular way, just pivoting and changing. And that was so impactful for me that I just had to make a video about it. So today, I saw a couple of more things on the internet. By the way, I'm speaking kind of loud because there is some New York construction going on, baby! Outside, 100% loud trucks. So, I'm being a little bit loud, and I hope you guys don't think I'm, angry or aggressive or whatever. It just, because I don't want you to hear the rumbling of the trucks and all of the stuff going on outside. So, in today's this year's Change is Inevitable video, which how cool would it be if that was a thing that I just do once a year? I think that'd be great. Maybe I should do that at particular times of the year, like New Year's, you know what I mean? I think that would be more appropriate. Alright, so today I made a quick little list of the different, see how organized we're getting in lazy vlogs? Love it. They're not always going to be like this. So today's Change is Inevitable video is about 3 different things. One, I'll just quickly do this one. Carissa Moore, again, she is now with her baby, posting, and it's nice to see that she has made this pivot successfully on the other end of choosing to choose her life and her family and her husband over continuing to compete for any more years and doing all this stuff. I'm so happy to see her on the other end of this. This is the reality of her decision. This is what happens when you knock that first domino. So it made me feel really happy to see that. And, she's done interviews recently, so that's cool too. But that's not who I want to talk to you guys about today. What I want to bring up is a couple of different people in the YouTube space. Very cool. Okay, so we have Joey, I almost said Joey Diaz, who is a comedian. Joey the Anime Man, aka Joey Bissinger. If you guys don't know his story, check out his story, look him up, watch his YouTube channel. So, Joey the Anime Man has proposed to his girlfriend of 9 years. They've been together for 9 years, which is insane to me, because my relationships that I've had have never lasted, for several years, maybe 2 years, but there was drama in between, so I've never had a almost decade-long anything, so that's really, really cool to see that. It's inspiring. So why I relate to Joey, he's my age, I'm 29, I think he's either 29 or he just turned 30 recently this year, so that's really cool. But what's inspiring to me is that this guy, after 9 years of being with this girl and, them collaborating and showing up in each other's YouTube channels and, showing up in each other's lives in the way that you do with a healthy relationship, Joey made a vlog recently where he went to Madagascar with his girlfriend Aki, aka Aki Dearest, and he set up a camera out in the house, looking out the window or whatever, looking out the door to him proposing to Aki. Now, we didn't have to see him propose, we didn't have to see that, but it makes me really happy. It makes me happy to know that, yes, they decided that now is a great time for them to make a pivot. Yes, they didn't have to do it public, but they made a pivot. They were like, look, I see where this relationship is going, and I want to hold on to this. I want us to develop further together. Now is the time for us to be married. And I love that. Aki's like 31, Joey's like 30. That's cool. So, meaning that they're both in a potentially similar headspace with respect to the relationship, where they want to be in their lives at this stage in their life. And it just is really cool. Now, if I get engaged to somebody, I'm not going to have a 9-year relationship, because that would mean if I'm 29 that I would be like 37 or 38. I'd be 38. That means I'd have to be dating them tomorrow, and then by 38, that's when I get engaged. I don't think I want that to be the case. It'll probably be a shorter period of time, or I'll just remain single forever. That's perfectly fine too. No, it's not. The point is, though, that it's so inspiring to see that these people who have enjoyed their content and they're young and relatable have decided that we're going to do this thing called getting married. And even though we always kind of saw that as fans, like, they're either going to get married or the breakup is going to be ugly because they're very famous people. So what's this going to be like? I definitely was always rooting for them, and their chemistry on the camera is just very cool, and just, to me, is like, yeah, that looks like a relationship to me, a good one. Not a toxic, crappy one, but like a healthy one that I would like to have myself. So, on a personal note, it was a very cool change, and it made me feel more inspired to keep my chin up, really. Next, and Joey made a couple of other changes in the past couple of years that I think are worth talking about, but maybe not in this particular video because it is a lazy vlog and I don't want to have the whole video be about Joey. I'm going to mention him in another video I'm going to be posting later, so keep your ears open if you want to hear more about that. So next, okay, so there's this other YouTube couple. These guys are like about doing pranks on each other. They are called official, what was it? It was like the official couple or something like that. You have Garrick and you have Brittany, and they started when they were teens, TikTok, Instagram, blowing up on TikTok, and then ultimately transferring to YouTube, doing pranks on each other, then doing LA content style videos. It just kept getting better and better and better, more and more views, silly, funny. Once they got more money, they're incorporating family members, and I love that because they weren't just like, I'm rich now and I'm just selfish. Like, you see, family's super important. They talk about God. They give thanks to God. It's all of this stuff is so inspiring to me, especially because though Aki and Joey are a year older than me or 2 years older than me, and I look to them as like a relatable age and relatable in the ways that we could be. But I also look to these, Brittany and Garrick. I'll look at them and I'll be like, these guys are in their early 20s, right? And they have successfully worked together in a way that works for them, to where now they've made X amount of money. That's great, but it's the fact that they've had success together and individually as well, same as the YouTube couple Joey and Aki, who they don't have a page dedicated to them being together, but Brittany and Garrick do. Now, the point of bringing up the younger group over here, they are hilarious. I feel like I could relate with them. I feel like I could have good conversations with them as well. We have a lot of things in common, and they inspire me because whenever I see somebody younger than me kicking butt, like my little brother getting an acting job with HBO in the city, that was just like, dang, like, okay, cool. So people are kicking butt older and younger than you every day. So these Garrick and Brittany, they have gotten engaged in a way. There was a big proposal that I'm sure cost Garrick a lot of money or whatever, and it was all on camera and all this stuff. And that was posted like a year or two ago. So they've been engaged, and if you follow them, they talk about, oh, we're not having kids yet. And they made that comment for years of no. And I just pulled up my Instagram earlier today, and it says, 2 days ago, Garrick 2 Official, the account that they have, they posted them together, you know, with the baby thing, the ultrasound, 4 photos in a strip. They were just like, hey, we're pregnant, or she's pregnant, or oh my god, you know, we have the baby. It's crazy. It's just, things are changing all the time. For YouTubers, for no-name YouTubers like myself, and for people who aren't on YouTube, obviously. Things are constantly changing. And you just have to get used to it. But I don't see this as a negative thing. I see it as an exciting thing. The fact that people are getting engaged and having, you know, children and getting married and making career changes and pivoting and doing all this stuff, that is so exciting to me. That is inspiring. I may not be where I want to be today, but following these people, appreciating where they came from, the choices that they made, and the time that they put in, when I see this, I just think I'm so close to being like these people. I don't have to be an Olympic world champion surfer. I don't have to be a YouTuber with millions of views. I just need to be someone who's confident enough to pursue what I want to pursue. And I have to take the chance on that. And when I do that, there could be a negative result, but there could be a really good result. And that's what I want to do. I want to be someone who can realize when it's time to make a decision and then do that. So, with that being said, though change is inevitable, and I think I've mentioned this in a previous video, it doesn't have to be a negative thing. It can be, like my grandfather would say to my mom, that this too shall pass. So what does that mean? It means whether it's good or bad, or whatever, nothing is forever. So some people may use that in a negative mindset. Ultimately, it's about your perspective, but the reality is, really, things change over time. And if you feel stuck, if you feel like my life is never going to, I can never be successful, I can never do this or do that, or that'll never be me, or, you know, they're Asian, so they have the benefits of being Asian, or they're white, so they have the benefit of being white, or they're black, so they're going to be more accepted in this community. Like, you could be negative, and you could compare, and you can talk yourself down, but just remember that whatever you are doing, you can change it. And you can change it for the better. And even if it's been something that's been in your life for 10 years, you can change it if you want. And that's where I'm at. Right now, there's a lot of things I want to do. And I'm going to be making an announcement video very soon. And you guys will see a change that I'll be making that is going to, I really, really, really hope, really change my internet presence. It's going to change my daily life. It's going to be a huge, I'm going to put a huge effort into really, really making a change for myself. So, you can always pivot. You're not as stuck as you may think that you are. You might have to grind out for a period of time to get out of that situation, but it's not forever. Thank you guys so much for watching Lazy Vlogs. I'll be back hopefully in another couple of days with another lazy vlog of me out in the world doing whatever. But yeah, keep your eyes peeled for that announcement video that will be dropping very soon. I'm very excited about this announcement, and I just can't wait. Spoiler alert, it's not that I'm pregnant. It's not that I'm engaged. Alright, see you guys next time. Peace.